Hey, what's up? How y'all doing? My name is Bill. Welcome back to my channel. It's been a while since I've cleaned my diode laser, so I figured today would be a good day. It is really dirty, and I figured today would be a good day to take it for a ride and show you how I clean it. There's lots of ways of people showing how you clean it out there, but this is the way I go about cleaning my laser. Um, so I'm gonna jump on the other computer on the other camera here, and I'm gonna show you how I go about cleaning this laser. All right, so let's go ahead and jump over to the other camera. And as you see, it is a BurnLab 820 Pro. Um, it's a 20 watt. You have your emergency stop right here. You got your power button here. You got your reset right there. The other day I went to use it. I haven't used this in a while, and I went to use it. And I'm like, okay, why is this not turning on? Not turning on because my emergency was off. Was engaged, so it wouldn't turn on. This is the BurnLab air supply for it. It does have the dial over here that you can turn it up and down, the pressure of it. It also came with this gauge right here. I did put a 1.5 millimeter and a 2.7 millimeter. I just glued them onto it so I can get a different height of it. As you can see, it is dirty. It is time to have this thing cleaned. If you look up here, even the rails are even filthy and dirty. So today we're going to go ahead and clean it. First thing you're going to do is let me slide this up so you can see a little bit better. You're going to take off the air assist hose. And then you're going to carefully take off your power that goes to it. Got to be real careful because it has those pins. If you bend those pins, then you will not get that back on. So you just put that off to the side. Then you unscrew this front, lift it out. Now on the bottom here, you do have two screws. One here on this side, one here on this side. I've already taken the one off, and I have the other one just about all the way off just to save time. So you just unscrew those screws, and then you take your cap off. Now, this is the hose for the air assist. You just pull that off. Now, this also can be cleaned as well, too. It is a little bit dirty. It's not too bad, but it is a little bit dirty. I don't know if you're going to be able to see it in there, but that lens is a bit dirty. Probably not going to be able to see it too well, but it does have a little, you see it right there. It's got a little film around it. So what I'm going to do is we're going to go ahead and clean that lens. This is one that can be removed. You just unscrew the cap, and then you pull it off, and you can replace your lens. I have replaced this quite a few times. You know, they do get dirty. You're not paying attention, and you run it, and next thing you know, your lens gets cracked, or you get a little bit of moisture on it, your lens gets cracked, or whatever the case is. I got these off of Vinatieri Workshop. I bought these off of him, real cheap. Came with quite a few of them. I do have, so you can purchase yours from him. You can go on his website and you can look for it. But I'm not going to take that off today. I don't have to. But what I'm going to do is slide this up out of the way, put this down in here so I don't drop it. If it does fall, it ain't going to be too far. Now, a lot of people don't, they say you're going to scratch your lens or you're going to do some damage to it or whatever. But I use Q-tips. They work good for me. These lenses are a dime a dozen, and you do replace them quite a bit. So it's not like it's going to do anything for me. But I'll just go ahead and I'll just get it with a little bit of rubbing alcohol, and I'll just swab it around. Just go in circles, just swabbing that around. You can see the dirt that is on that. That thing was filthy. Then I'll take the other side and then swab it around. Still a little bit dirty, so I'm going to go ahead and get another clean one. Keeping it dry, and I'm just going to swab it around just to see if we can make sure we get it all off it. And you can see it does have just a little bit on it, so I'm just going to put just a little bit more of the rubbing alcohol on it. And I'm just going to clean it up a little bit more. The cleaner this lens is, the better burn you're going to get, the better it's going to perform. So when it does get dirty, you can still see there was still a little bit on that. When it does get dirty, you do lose a lot of power on it. It just doesn't burn as well. So you do want to make sure that they are clean. This will be the last Q-tip. All right, and there's nothing coming off on that now. Just want to make sure you get that as clean as what you can get it. Let me make sure it looks good. And That looks perfect. Now, with that, you could always clean all these inside here. I did those not too awfully long ago. They don't look it, but I did do them not too awfully long ago. But you can clean off the inside of all these things. You see they are quite filthy. They get a lot of that built up inside it. So you can brush, you can swab all the inside of all your pieces. And you can see how filthy that it actually does get. But I'm not going to spend too much time cleaning all that. I was just more worried about the lens is what I was more worried about today. But you can see how filthy that is. So now what you do, you put your cover back on. If you need to clean it, you can clean it. The same process, you can just get in there with the Q-tip and just go around it. Make sure that it is clean. See, it is a little bit dirty. It's not too bad. The air assist part isn't awfully bad. It's not too bad. And get a rag, just dry it off. Make sure you get all those little excess little pieces off of it. Inside as well. And you see it does get quite a bit of grime built up on it. Now the other thing you can do is you can take like an Allen key or any kind of thing that'll fit in there, and you can just go around it like so, just cleaning out the edges and the sides of it. The air assist is supposed to help with a lot of this, and it does do real well with it, but you will always get smoke coming up in here. You will always get that on that, so there's nothing you can do about that. You just clean it out, make sure that you got all the little pieces out of it. Now, like I said, you put your cap back on. Get your little screws. Hopefully you can see this okay. Get it started by hand. Yeah, you can see it fine. And you just screw that all the way back down. Leaving it just a little bit loose so you can move this other side a little bit to get that hole to line up. Put that one aside there. Give it a start with your fingers. You don't want to strip it. And then tighten that all the way down. This also did come with a shield that does screw on this as well too. I don't use the shield. I like to be able to see my work surface that I am using. Just take your hose, put your hose all the way back on that. And this is the shield that it did come with. I don't use it because it's real hard to see what you're lining up and everything in there. So I just took that off. Now, with that all cleaned, you're going to take it, slide it back over it, and then just get it tight on there so it don't go up and down. Now you take your hose, put your hose back on it, take your power supply. Be real careful. It only goes in one way. So just remember how you took it out. And then just be real careful putting it back in. And then take your Allen key and just make sure that you seat it all the way down in the prongs. And that's it for the lens part of it, the casing. Now you can come across and it is dirty, so you can clean them off. You can blow air through that. You can take that apart. You can get in there and clean it up when you need to after using it for a while. But don't have to do that today. Now, the other thing I do, you have to be able to get your rails cleaned as well too. This is the way I do it. I just take my finger, make sure you can see over where I'm at here. I just take my finger, put it in like a t-shirt or something, put it right up against that rail, the wheel, and I just go all the way to the other end with it. Then you come back. What that's going to do is it's going to clean that off. I've already done it right before I was doing this to see how dirty it was. That's when I was like, yep, we got to do this. But you can see it is there. Now you go on the other side of the wheel. Do the same thing over on the other side. Go all the way to the other end and then bring it back. So that side is done. As it was just done just a few minutes ago. Now I'm going to do this side up here. You're going to see what I mean. So you just take it, put it under the wheel, slide it over, And you can see how much is there. Come on this side of the wheel, slide it over, cleaning out the belt. And you can see how much dust and just junk is in there. And then you can just kind of try to clean out your wheels a little bit. Just clean them up a little bit on the sides of the wheels, because they do get real dirty, as you can see. Just put it on the sides of the wheel, inside and backside of it, and just go back and forth, and that'll clean up your wheels for you. And then one more time, once you do that, just go back over your whole belt again. Now we're going to do the other side of it the same way. Clean it, get a new spot on it, put it all the way to the front, and then come all the way to the back of the bed. You see a lot of dust from when I was doing that cedar sign, the red cedar sign. Everything was coated with red dust. So you just go back and forth until you get it all cleaned up. And then you do the same with the wheels, the inside of it. That's all the stuff I got out of the inside of the wheel. And then the other side, the outside of the wheel, you just go over that as well too. Cleaning up your wheels. Same with this side. And then the inside. And then just wipe it down. This thing was filthy. Now, it also came with a offline controller. You see I don't use it. It's all dusty. But you do have an offline controller. I just keep it on there. And, of course, your air supply. Clean that off as well, too. And wipe down the backside of the frame. Wipe off anything you can wipe off. Just wipe it down just to get it a little clean. You do want to keep your stuff clean. It's gonna make your machine work a whole lot better for you. And there's nothing worse than when you have a project and it ain't working because you didn't take care of it and you didn't clean it. All right. Now you can also go ahead and clean your honeycomb. This I cleaned not too long ago, so it's not too bad. But if you don't clean it, you'll start getting a lot of that smoke that's in on this. And once the laser starts going over it, you'll start getting flash, coming back on the underside of your wood and your material. So you do want to clean that as well too. Another video, I'll kind of go over that on how you do, where you spray on it, how you clean it. But don't need to do that today. So pretty much that's about it for it. It's real simple. It doesn't take much time. But you do want to make sure that you do clean it. It's valuable to your machine. You spend a lot of money on your machine. Excuse me. And when you're trying to make projects, you want to make sure that it's going to work for you when you need it to work, and it's not going to break down. It's not the company's fault if you don't keep it clean. A lot of people out there, oh, these machines, whatever, blah, whatever. The lens keeps cracking. Well, if you don't clean the lens, it's going to crack. If you don't clean your belts, get your belts treated and clean, well, they're not going to work. You got to make sure you keep them adjusted right. You always keep your extra over here, and you make sure you keep them tight. It's your responsibility to make sure it's clean. A lot of companies get bad names because people don't take care of their machines. They go to use it, it breaks down, and now without a machine again. Well, take your time, do your maintenance on it, do your cleaning, keep your belts tight, keep everything going good. Make sure your lens is good. Make sure your lens is clean. You should do your lens quite often. This air assist does pretty well for it, but it does get a lot of soot and stuff built up on it. So you do want to make sure you do keep it clean. I think that's about it. 20 watt Burn Lab A20 Pro. I believe it's from Atom Stack. Actually, everything on it screams Atom Stack. Whatever the case is, it works very well. I have a 10 watt over there or Tour. No, I don't use it a whole lot, but next time I do go to use it, I will do the same thing I did now, cleaning it, making sure the belts are tightened properly before I actually use it, because it's been hanging up over there for a while now. But that's it. That's my process of cleaning it. I think that's it. I appreciate you all watching, sticking around this long. If you have, give me a thumb up, give me a like, subscribe to my channel. And hope you enjoyed it. And if you learned something, drop a comment down below. Give me a 1 or a 2 if you learned something. Give me a little feedback. I would definitely appreciate it. But give me that thumbs up, and please subscribe. Go ahead and click it. I appreciate you all. Thank you.